This is All India Radio, and I'm Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces 500 crore rupees assistance to flood-ravaged Kerala, reviews situation and makes aerial survey of flooded areas. Insurance companies directed to hold camps to provide speedy compensations to affected people, including clearing of Fasal Bima Yojana claims. Villagers having lost their kacha houses to be provided dwelling on priority under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. In Karnataka, army pressed into rescue and relief operations as rain fury continues to batter several districts. Imran Khan sworn in as new Prime Minister of Pakistan. Asian Games to open with a glittering ceremony in Indonesian capital Jakarta this evening. And in cricket, India meet hosts England in the third test at Nottingham this afternoon. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced a financial assistance of 500 crore rupees to the flood-affected Kerala. The assistance is in addition to 100 crore rupees announced by the Home Minister Rajnath Singh last week. Prime Minister also announced an ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees per person to the next kin of the deceased and 50,000 rupees to those seriously injured from the Prime Minister's National Relief Funds. Mr. Modi assured the Kerala government that relief materials including food grains and medicines will be provided as requested by the state. Prime Minister has directed insurance companies to hold special camps for assessment and timely release of compensation to the affected families and beneficiaries under social security schemes. The directions have also been issued for early clearance of claims under Fasal Bima Yojana to agriculturists. After the review meeting, Prime Minister made an aerial assessment of the damages caused due to floods in some of the affected areas of Kerala. During the aerial survey, Mr. Modi was accompanied by the Governor, the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, Union Minister K.J. Alphonse, and officials of the state government. The Prime Minister expressed his grief and sorrow on the unfortunate deaths and damage. Prime Minister also directed National Highways Authority of India to repair the national highways damaged due to floods on priority. The central public sector like NTPC and PGCIL have also been directed to be available to render all possible assistance to the state government in restoring power lines. Villagers whose kacha houses have been destroyed in the devastating floods will be provided Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin houses on priority. An official release said the flood situation in Kerala is being continuously and closely monitored by the union government. It said all help is being provided to the state government to deal with the adverse situation. The Prime Minister has been in constant touch with the Chief Minister regarding the flood situation. After an overnight stay in the state capital Thiruvananthapuram, Prime Minister arrived in Kochi this morning to review the relief measures. Chenganur in Pattanamthitta, Challakudi in Thrissur and various parts of Ernakulam district are among the worst hit, where rescue efforts are likely to be concentrated today. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan said the state government has sought more helicopters for airlifting marooned people from remote areas, as airlifting is the only option to rescue them. As per information from the control room of the State Disaster Management, since August 8th, 194 persons have lost their lives so far and 36 are missing. Over 3.14 lakh people have been moved to relief camps. Meanwhile, rains slashing several parts of the state since this morning are hampering the rescue and relief operations. According to the weather report, heavy rains accompanied with gusty wind speed reaching 60 km per hour is expected in Thiruvananthapuram, Kollam, Allappuzha, Pattanamthitta, Kottayam, Idukki and Ernakulam districts. Our correspondent reports the state is facing its worst flood in 100 years with 80 dams opened and all rivers in spate.
Several places in Chenganur and Alappuzha are isolated and thousands still remain stranded awaiting rescue. The situation in Pandanad, Chenganur and Idanad in Alappuzha continues to be extremely critical. Rescue operations led by Indian Air Force and Navy are progressing on war footing, and Indian Coast Guard, NDRF and Indo-Tibetan Border Police have already been deployed. The Kuttanad region in Alappuzha is submerged in water and people are being evacuated on war footing. 82,442 people were rescued from the flood-affected region. 2,094 relief camps are functioning in the state, where more than 3 lakh people are housed. The release of water from Idukki and Idamalayaru dams have been decreased, and with this the water level in Periyar is coming down. Shamila for AER News from Thiruvananthapuram.
Women and Child Development Ministry is sending 100 metric tons of ready-to-eat food packets to the flood-affected children in the state. This was stated by the Union Minister Menka Gandhi in a tweet in New Delhi yesterday. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has expressed sadness over the flooding and extensive damage and displacement in Kerala. The spokesperson of the UN chief, Stephanie Dujarric, said in New York that the agency is saddened by the loss of life, destruction and displacement caused by floods. He said India has a well-operated machinery to deal with natural disasters. In Karnataka, Kodagu, Hassan and Dakshin Kannada districts continue to face rain fury. In Kodagu, several hillocks have caved in and several villages wiped out due to landslides. Several are feared dead due to floods and landslides. More than 600 people are waiting to be airlifted in Kodagu, but inclement weather has hampered helicopter operation. The Karnataka Road Transportation Agency and Railways have suspended services to Kerala, Kodagu and parts of Hassan district. Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy held a high-level meeting in Bengaluru today to review the flood situation and relief measures being taken up there. Briefing the media persons later, he informed that 6 people have died in Kodagu and over 11,000 houses damaged. He added that the exact damage will be known after a few days. Many officials have been shifted to Kodagu for relief works and banks have been told to stock up ATMs. Several ministers in the state cabinet have camped in Medikeri to oversee the relief measures. Union Minister Sadanand Gowda too has reached Medikeri and is overseeing army operations. The state government has announced a compensation of 5 lakh rupees for the family of those dead and 2.5 lakh rupees for those who lost their houses to the calamity. Our correspondent reports that Army, Navy, IAF, Civil Defence and National Disaster Response Force are pressed into the rescue operations.
Army personnel from Dogra Regiment and Engineering Task Force with boats and other rescue equipment have reached Kodagu. Along with Indian Navy personnel, 12 expert divers cum surface rescuers with 2 rafts have been deputed for rescue operations. The national and state disaster relief forces have placed 30-member teams each in Kodagu. Civil Defence has deployed a 40-member quick reaction team and 200 fire service personnel are ready with boats and equipment. The Indian Air Force has deployed M-17 choppers from Mysuru for dropping relief materials and airlifting marooned people. Drones are being used to locate those stranded due to floods. With Sudhindra's report from Bengaluru, Swati Rakheja for AIR News.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf PTI party chief Imran Khan was sworn in as the 22nd Prime Minister of Pakistan today. President Mamnoon Hussain administered the oath to Imran Khan at a ceremony held at the President House in Islamabad. Caretaker Prime Minister Nasirul Mulk, National Assembly Speaker Asad Kaisar, Chiefs of Army, Air Force and Navy were present at the ceremony. Former Indian cricket star and Punjab Minister Navjot Singh Sidhu was also present. Imran Khan was elected Prime Minister of Pakistan by the newly elected members of the National Assembly yesterday. In the July 25th elections, PTI emerged as the single largest party with 116 seats. 11th World Hindi Conference was inaugurated by Mauritian Prime Minister Praveen Kumar Jagannath in capital city Port Louis today. A 2-minute silence was observed in the beginning of the conference to pay tribute to former Prime Minister and poet Atal Bihari Vajpayee. External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj, Governor of Goa Mridula Sinha and West Bengal Governor Keshrinath Tripathi are attending the conference. Speaking in the inaugural session, Ms. Swaraj said that today there is a need to preserve, spread and maintain the purity of Hindi language.
हमारे साहित्यकार बहुत उच्च कोटि की साहित्य रचना कर रहे हैं और भारतीय भी लिख रहे हैं, भारतीय मूल के प्रवासी भी लिख रहे हैं। लेकिन अगर भाषा की समझ और बोलियत ही समाप्त हो जाएगी तो इस कविता को गाएगा कौन, इस साहित्य को भावी पीढ़ियों को सौंपेगा कौन। इसलिए आज जरूरत है भाषा को बचाने की, जहाँ बची हुई है वहाँ भाषा को बढ़ाने की, भाषा की शुद्धता को बरकरार रखने की।
After the inaugural session, a condolence meeting will be held in the memory of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. In the afternoon sessions, Delegates from 20 countries, including India, will deliberate on 8 subtopics related to Hindi, world and Indian culture. The event, held once in 3 years, was started in 1975 to make Hindi language a medium of service and knowledge and enable it to move forward with the changing time. Back home, National Agriculture Market is an all-India electronic trading portal which networks the existing Agriculture Produce Marketing Council mandis to create a unified national market for agricultural commodities. It is an e-market platform that eliminates middlemen and ensures transparency in agricultural marketing. In Tamil Nadu, 21 e-NAM centers are functioning in such diverse places as Ulundurpet, Zinji, Madurai, Paramakudi and Dindigul. Here is a ground report from our Trichy correspondent.
One of the main advantages of the e-NAM platform is that even buyers from other states can participate in trading at the local level. Malachami, a farmer from Toppalambatti, says that the advantage of the e-NAM system is that the farmers can directly approach the buyers and ensure remunerative prices.
We are now able to take our agriculture produce directly to the buyers and ensure remunerative prices. This is a welcome development.
Velu from the small hamlet of Manjambatti says that the earlier middleman used to buy off agricultural produce at fixed prices. Now, because of e-NAM, better quality produce can demand higher prices.
E-NAMs have resulted in the elimination of middlemen from the agricultural marketing scene. Earlier, middlemen used to buy off produce directly from the farmers at a fixed price. Now, farmers can demand better prices according to the quality of the product.
Agriculture being the veritable basis of our economy, electronic agricultural markets, e-NAM, are ensuring the financial well-being of our farmers. This is Dr. K. Parameswaran for AER News from Trichy.
The 18th edition of the Asian Games officially commences with a glittering ceremony in the Indonesian capital Jakarta this evening. The opening ceremony will start at 5:30 p.m. Indian time. Most of the events are scheduled to begin from tomorrow. However, some of the events, including handball and football, kicked off last week. Around 11,000 athletes from 45 countries will compete in 40 sports and 67 disciplines in the 16-day quadrennial event. Javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra will be India's flag bearer at the opening ceremony. Here is our correspondent with India's medal hopes at the Games this time.
Since the first edition of the Games held in New Delhi in 1951, India has bagged 600 medals at the event, with 233 coming in athletics, followed by 56 in wrestling, 55 in boxing, and 49 in shooting. In the 2014 Incheon Games, of the total 57 medals, athletics got us 13, shooting 9, and boxing, wrestling and tennis 5 each. This time as well, the major chunk of medals for India are expected in these sports. All eyes will be on sprinter Hima Das, who recently became the first Indian to win a gold medal in a track event at the World Junior Athletics Championships. Runners Duti Chand and Muhammad Anas, javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra, discus thrower Seema Punia, shooters Manu Bhakar, Ankur Mittal and Apurvi Chandela, wrestlers Sushil Kumar, Bajrang Punia and Vinesh Fogat, and boxers Vikas Krishan, Gaurav Solanki and Satish Kumar will all look to bring laurels to the country. Badminton and weightlifting are the two sports in which India have improved the most and are yet to win an Asiad gold. Shuttlers PV Sindhu, Saina Nehwal and Kidambi Shrikant are in superb form and will be eager to get India its first gold in the sport. If India goes on and successfully defends its men's hockey gold, it will be the first such instance for the country. India's best ever gold medal count at the Games is 15, that came 67 years ago, and they have never won more than 65 medals at the event. The Indian athletes will be going out with all guns blazing this time around, aiming to better just that. Sabi Hassan Khan, AIR News.
The third cricket test between India and England will start at Trent Bridge, Nottingham today. The match will begin at 3:30 p.m. Indian time. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces 500 crore rupees assistance to flood-ravaged Kerala, reviews situation and makes aerial survey of flooded areas. In Karnataka, army pressed into rescue and relief operations as rain fury continues to batter several districts. Asian Games to open with a glittering ceremony in Indonesian capital Jakarta this evening. And with that, we end the Midday News.